Hi, this is Fang Sane. So I was trying to basically recruit a very specific player. I was trying to figure out why this player actually went to server 57. Turns out I found out the reason why. The server 57 president that we see in the background here was spamming out invites to a whole bunch of players. The reason why I know this is because this server 57 player that we see here in chat, King's PR, he only accidentally accepted the invite to 57 because he was spammed the invite. So in other words, for some reason, this president is literally just trying to spam out invites to as many people as humanly possible to get people into a server that is doing very, very badly. I'll show later on how badly that's going. Don't do that, and I'll explain why. When you spam invites out and a player, you think it's a gain when that player accidentally clicks on that, King's probably not going to stay active in that server very long, because what you just did was take a player that was with all of his friends, and because he might have been exhausted during that day, accidentally just clicked on accept. And boom, he's in 57. At some point during this 90-day long season, there is a very good chance that a player in this situation will probably quit. So do yourself a favor. If you're thinking about spamming out invites to as many people as humanly possible for regular tier, maybe don't do that, because there's a very good chance that those regular tier players don't exactly want to be taken away from their giant group of friends who they now know almost nobody in this case server 57. So I'm 90% sure that he's going to lose a very big chunk of his motivation when playing on this new server, because all of his friends are still on his old server. That's why maybe don't do that, because that's not great for the motivation of the player that does accidentally accept that invite. And I'm going to show you how desperate server 57 is. I had tried, in fact, to provide advice to one of those players that kept spamming the immigration chat. And let me tell you, most people that were reading that either blocked this individual or were not super happy about how bad the spam was getting. Try to explain to them that it's not a good idea to do that, because you're not getting the type of attention that you think you're getting. Just because someone reacts to your spam does not mean that it's in a positive way. So server 57 managed to send out all of the regular recruitment tickets for invites, has no medium tier players come in, no advanced players that came in, no elite players that came in. Now, there wasn't a massive leak, maybe this is good. Here's the problem though. There is, or was, a giant leak in this server, and I will show how. Here's the alliance power. Or, sorry, let me just, now here's the alliance power. For some mid-tier servers, this might seem okay. Here's the issue here. This clan used to be stronger. This clan used to be stronger, as was this clan. Here's the slight problem. These all seem okay as clans. SDRN used to be significantly stronger. way stronger, right? So that's the first thing. And I think that there was another one that had a bunch of players that left. I forgot exactly which one, but let's just say that several major whales left server 57. I believe a Pensula left, if I am not mistaken. Let me just quickly double check that here. Yeah, Pensula's not in this list. If she was, she would have been way, way higher on the list. So she's gone. Pensula's gone. YSL is gone. Needs 100 is gone. Now, here's the issue. 3 major, super major whales are all gone. What does that leave us with? Applemint and Moon Goddess. These are the 2 now major whales that are in Server 57. I have tried to explain to one of the players that is trying to spam the chat to recruit. Building a proper rapport and relationship with the clan you're trying to recruit or player you're trying to recruit is the best possible way of recruiting, because it doesn't make them feel like a number. Right? You build that rapport, you build that relationship, you have given them an idea what your server is like. When you spam the chat, I think 99% of people have experienced spam emails. Do we like getting spam emails? No, we do not. Or at least I think most of us don't. For the majority of the entire human population that has experienced the great joys of the internet, most of us have not enjoyed getting spam emails. Hence why we have spam filters, right? So, same reason here. In this game, what you would call a spam filter, if someone's spamming the chat, is that you block them. So in this case, someone is spamming the migration chat from server 57. Not many people are reciprocating on their migration chat, right? Because that's just spammed a little bit too much. Let me explain what I am referring to. So I think the player deleted it because I told them not to do that. No, there we go. This is one of them. Imagine that being stated over and over and over again. Does this tell players about what your server is about? No. Because saying free meals and accommodation and monthly salary, that's a joke. Right? Free hugs, kisses, and cuddles, that again is a joke. They don't really want to have, a lot of people don't want to have like a joke description of what your server is. They want something that is unique, but also gives them an idea about the personality and feel of your server. This doesn't tell them if your server is a competitive server. This does not tell them about, hey, we are doing this now for the server after these players left. Okay, what is the plan moving forward? There isn't one. And the reason why I come to that conclusion is because that would be the conclusion almost everybody else reading this message will come to. You just had 3 major players, some of the biggest in your entire server, leave. What are you going to do about that? What is your plan for the server in the future? Is this going to turn into a medium server, or are you guys trying to scale back up again into a hardcore competitive server? Nothing. That's what I mean by don't spam a message like this if you're doing recruitment. At least give people an idea. what is the message that you want people to know what your server is about. That is very important. This is kind of what I mean by, could their server migration have gone significantly better than what they did to try to help advertise it? Yes. Do I think that the advertising method that they use in order to do mass spam for regular tickets? Depends on who you ask. Certainly a player had accepted that by mistake didn't think it was very funny. I see that based on his reaction, he quite frankly speaking hates server 57 now, and is trying to leave 57 as fast as he can. Let me put it this way for you. If he does leave, do you think that he's not going to coordinate with his friends to join another server? I mean, he definitely will. And when he does, as an example, like, it's either he probably would quit around this season, or he's going to make sure that he leaves with as many friends as he could into that other server, because of how much he now hates server 57. Anyways, again, this is Fang Sane, and I'm sorry for the long-winded message, but I genuinely do hate when people actually decide to spam so many different messages in migration, whether it's a recruitment invitation or something, or just spamming out like a bunch of different people just to get a response. It's just utterly annoying, quite frankly speaking. Please don't do that. Gonna annoy the person that's receiving it, and if they do accidentally accept it, they're probably gonna quit the game soon after that, to be honest. Again, this is Fang Sin, and Fang Sin signing off. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video and found the video informative. Again, please like and subscribe if this video helped educate you in some way. And again, Fang Sin signing off. Have a great day, everybody.